Simon, if you can just tell us why you called this meeting today and how you feel the MPs have responded to some of the concerns raised by licensees.
The long and short of it is that we had a lobby day. Pint held a lobby day a few months ago, as you probably know. Many tenants indicated that they couldn't attend due to the fact that they had to run a pub, the effects of transport cost and getting staff in. So we thought if we could do this sort of a mini lobby day on a more local basis with a few selected MPs, then it would give publicans with grievance an opportunity to put their point over.
And how do you feel hearing some of the comments from MPs today and the reaction they've been getting?
I'm very encouraged by the comments of the MPs. It would seem that they certainly acknowledge that there is a problem out there in the industry. I fully take on board Martin Linton's comments about unforeseen consequences, but when we're in a situation where 52 pubs a week are closing, I think it's fair to say that something needs to be done very quickly.
So, Kate, can you just tell us a bit about what you make of the concerns you've heard here raised by licensees?
Well, I'm having reaffirmed my views that I have held for some time since first meeting some of the publicans about the unfairness of the system, and I think that the Business Enterprise Select Committee report, which calls for changes to the tie and to the whole way that we seem to be living almost in the last century in terms of how individual pubs can behave, has to be changed. So I've gone away feeling better about the fact that more publicans are working together, that more of them are involved in this, and that there is some hope of a change and the more influence that pubs can put on their own customers to write to all their MPs and get their MPs to be aware of it, because it's a difficult issue and you need it to have it explained. And I think today was useful for some of the MPs, but also for publicans who perhaps hadn't realised that this is a huge issue right across the country.
And what will be the next step for you?
Well, I will continue to work with those publicans who are involved in particular issues with with enterprise in particular, and help them and support them. And then when Parliament comes back, I hope we might be able to get a debate on this and continue to put pressure on Peter Mandelson, because it's his department could make the changes.
My name is Sadiq Khan. I'm a Member of Parliament for Tooting, and I'm at this meeting with colleague MPs Martin Linton from Battersea and Kate Ho from Vauxhall. And we've been meeting dozens of publicans who've been telling us some of the problems they face as landlords trying to run a pub, financial problems they're facing, the amount of monies that leave the pub and go to the companies, the problems they have trying to stay in business, and it's been eye-opening for Kate, Martin and myself. Serious allegations have been made. I'm pleased to see that the Business Enterprise Select Committee is looking into this. I'm pleased to see that my colleague MPs from that Select Committee have been coming to not just this pub here in Battersea, the Eagle pub, but pubs around Wandsworth and London as well, and the country to see what the problems are. There are issues about the rent that have been paid, what's called the dry rent, the rent for the premises, and also the rent you pay for the beer. There's issues about the profitability of some of the pubs. Are they financially viable? Is it right and proper that a huge percentage when you pay for a pint of beer leaves the pub and goes to the company? Is it right and proper that some of the ways that the rents are valued don't appear to be transparent? And I'm pleased to see negotiations taking place within the industry to see if a resolution can be reached to these problems. Ultimately, if they aren't, then it'll be for the Select Committee to make the recommendations to government and for government to take action. And we know in the past that's happened and some of the recommendations haven't been implemented. We need to make sure if that happens this time, they are.